In 2024, it's cool to be eco-friendly. The majority of people who I've encountered would like to say that they care about the environment, at least a little bit, all without actually changing any of the conveniences of their lifestyle. They feel as if they should care, but are uneducated in how they can care. This leaves the majority of people who I've encountered vulnerable to become victims of greenwashing. There isn't much in this life that makes me angrier. Greenwashing is when a person or entity takes advantage of the uneducated masses by tricking them into believing that they are doing something eco-friendly. This allows your average consumer to feel as if they're making a difference with their dollar, when in reality, nothing has changed. It's only gotten worse. Environmentalism has become a trend, and much like any trend, grifters want to get their lick. I'm not here to blame my fellow man for their ignorance. I've become a victim of greenwashing a handful of times myself before. I was once less educated too. For example, to combat the minuscule impact of my disposable plastic straw consumption, I ordered Jack's Films' reusable straw. At the time, I was happy to be spending my money thinking I'm making some sort of difference in the world. In reality, I had purchased a product made out of silicone and metal, wrapped in disposable plastic, inside a hard plastic casing, to be shipped to me by truck, only for me to never really use it. I keep my phone, wallet, and keys on me. It's impractical for me to carry around a straw in my pocket. I don't even often eat out or order food. When I do eat out, I just drink from my glass, and when I order food, I drink from my water bottle. Even if I happen to be a frequent disposable straw consumer, how many straws do I need to burn through until the third gram of polypropylene that was mass-produced and shipped in bulk outweighs the environmental impact of my Jack's Film straw? A lot. Probably. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. This is a fairly minor example of greenwashing. I don't believe Jack's Films had bad intentions behind this product. In good faith, I believe he thought he was doing something productive here. But at the end of the day, he saw a market and went in for a cash grab without proper research. You tried, but you're ignorant. Not all greenwashing is so harmless though. It's all on a spectrum, ranging from ignorant, to lazy, to stupid, to malicious. The most common greenwashing I come across is lazy. They don't lie, but they don't try. They just manipulate language to make it seem as if what they're doing is somehow good. For example, my mama texted me once all excited because she knows that I'm passionate about the environment. She was buying a bag of apples from Costco and sent me a photo thinking it would make me happy. The bag of apples said, "This bag is made out of 100% recyclable materials," next to a Type 2 recycling symbol. This photo made me quite angry. The fact that it fooled my mom shows that it succeeded in its purpose. It cleverly bended its language to make "this is a single-use plastic bag" sound like that's something that should be celebrated. It didn't say it was made out of recycled plastic, just that the bag itself could be recycled. They produced new HDPE and celebrated the possibility it could potentially be recycled. But you can't put plastic bags in the recycling bin. Most waste management companies will discard those. Thin plastic has the potential to get caught in industrial machines and is not worth the potential risk for most businesses to recycle them. In most places, plastic bags are for store drop-off recycling only, which most people find to be too much effort. On top of that, recycling doesn't really solve much of anything. Over 1 million tons of plastic are produced daily, and only 5% of which is actually recycled. Recycling plastic doesn't stop the fact that it was produced in the first place. If you're producing a product out of recycled materials, by all means let the people know. But don't brag on the fact that plastic is recyclable. All you need is the logo and the number. Don't go making my mama think you're making a difference when you're actively contributing to our mass extinction. Apples taste the damn same in a paper bag. What I've deemed as stupid greenwashing is quite similar to its ignorant counterpart, to where they believe they're doing the right thing. Except it's far worse, as they're being much more harmful to the environment. I see this happening quite frequently when it comes to reforesting projects. Protecting what's left of our current forest ecosystems is leagues more effective at saving our planet than planting new forests. But that doesn't generate nearly as many headlines now, does it? People think that more trees equals less atmospheric carbon, which will fight climate change. In theory, yes, this is true. However, they don't stop to think about what belongs where at which time. Reforestation can be a good thing, but should never be done without proper planning and a team of environmental scientists to help. Take the Philippine island of Luzon, for example. In 2012, their mayor received a Guinness World Record for orchestrating the planting of over 1 million mangrove saplings in an hour. Now, present day, less than 2% of those trees have survived, proving to be a colossal waste of resources. A forest ecosystem is so much more than a monoculture of trees. It's a syntropic, interconnected web of many species of plants, animals, and fungi that could take centuries to mature. Pioneer species need to move in first to provide the proper nutrients to the soil, followed by the underbrush before trees could even begin to thrive in a forest. Large-scale tree planting projects are not forests. They are plantations. Worse than that, they are ticking time bombs. When these manicured monocultures don't fail and actually grow into the tree plantations they were designed to be, the risk of wildfires are greatly increased. Without biodiversity, these are just large areas of extremely flammable wood waiting to light. I don't need to explain why that's a bad thing. Forest ecosystems are pretty damn good at regenerating themselves untouched. The best thing we could do is stop fucking with them. Above all else I've mentioned, nothing makes my blood boil more than what I've deemed as malicious greenwashing. This is referring to the greenwashing being done by global multi-billion-dollar corporations who are directly causing our biggest environmental catastrophes, have the resources to change their ways, and choose to fabricate statistics, divert attention away from their misdeeds, and pass the blame upon their consumers. I'm talking about Coca-Cola, PepsiCo, Nestle, BP, Shell, Walmart, McDonald's, Amazon, you know, the problems. These corporations are so concerned about their profit margins and short-term gains, they could give a damn about the atrocities they commit along the way. They market sustainability solely to distract us from the fact that they are truly villains. Over the years, McDonald's has created numerous ad campaigns to try to discourage their consumers from littering their products. Trust me, I hate litter bugs. Look at me picking up all this shit right now. The problem with these campaigns is that it passes the blame from the producer to the consumers. They aim to make people mad at those littering, to divert attention from themselves, creating all this single-use, unsustainable packaging garbage in the first place. In 2019, Amazon pledged to make net zero emissions by 2040, a hopeful promise. They didn't, however, release any sort of plan on how this would be achieved. Not only that, but this net zero only accounts for Amazon's direct operations, not taking into account any of their global supply chain that makes up 75% of their carbon footprint. This is a common theme among these climate pledges. Large claims that are made extremely vaguely, set far off in the future with no action plan, often avoiding addressing the real problem, hiding key statistics, and are continuously delayed further into the future when little to no progress has been made. In 2020, Nestle announced that they would be switching to paper straws for the majority of their products. Cool, good for them. Now, do you think they did this out of their own free will and compassion, or because the European Union put a ban on plastic straws? And how will these paper straws affect the impact of the 3 tons of fish found dead in the N River due to pollution from your powdered milk factory? Or maybe these paper straws will help counteract the millions of gallons of water you've taken from drought-ridden California or Flint, Michigan? And how are these paper straws going to do anything about the rest of the single-use plastic products that you're a leading producer of? How about when Nestle claimed that their cocoa was sustainably sourced? Obviously not taking into account the deforestation and soil degradation caused by their unsustainable monoculture plantations, or the child slave labor used on them. I digress. Fuck Nestle. Don't trust a damn thing they say. So, what's the point? The world is fucked and change is out of our control, you may think. Well, I think that mindset is flawed. We the people are the masses. Multi-billion-dollar corporations are only in power because we are giving them multiple billions of dollars. You may think that a change in your lifestyle is a drop in the ocean, and you're absolutely right, but what is the ocean except for a whole bunch of collective drops? A change in your lifestyle may inspire a peer to change theirs, and with ripple effect, we change society. Your dollar is a vote. Stop voting for people who are taking advantage of you. Capitalism doesn't have to be a race to extinction. It's a system where you can choose who you want to support. Competition breeds innovation, but currently our morals are bound to convenience. Be the change you want to see in the world. And fuck out of here with that consumerism bullshit. It's pissing me off. You don't need new shit. Stop buying new shit.